We're back with another quiz. This time we look at Canada, from New France to the modern North. We start with a warm-up before we tackle some harder questions. I hope your coffee is fresh. And don't forget to keep score. What's the capital city of Canada? A. Toronto. B. Montreal. C. Ottawa. D. Vancouver. What is the red symbol that sits at the center of the Canadian flag? A. A maple leaf. B. A beaver. C. A crown. D. A fleur-de-lis. Canada is made up of 10 provinces and how many territories? A. 2. B. 3. C. 4. D. 5. What are Canada's two official languages? A. English and Spanish. B. French and Inuktitut. C. English and German. D. English and French. The world's longest international border runs between Canada and which country? A. Russia. B. Greenland. C. The United States. D. Mexico. Which is the largest Canadian province by land area? A. Quebec. B. Ontario. C. British Columbia. D. Alberta. That was a pretty easy warm-up. The questions start getting tough now. On the Plains of Abraham in 1759, British forces under General Wolfe defeated the French army led by which general? A. Champlain. B. Montcalm. C. Frontenac. D. Cartier. Which explorer claimed the region for France in the 1530s and is credited with first applying the name Canada? A. John Cabot. B. Samuel de Champlain. C. Henry Hudson. D. Jacques Cartier. Canada Day, marking Confederation, falls on the first day of which month? A. July. B. June. C. August. D. September. The Quebec Act of 1774 protected the language, religion, and civil law of which group? A. Loyalist settlers. B. Indigenous Métis. C. French Canadians. D. Scottish fur traders. For centuries, explorers searched Canada's Arctic for a northwest passage, a sea route to which continent? A. Africa. B. South America. C. Australia. D. Asia. The Hudson's Bay Company, chartered in 1670, built its early fortune trading mainly in what? A. Fur. B. Gold. C. Timber. D. Tobacco. Some of you might remember that in Quiz 2, we talked about the Hudson's Bay Company getting the 1670 charter for Rupert's Land. Fur built the company, and it still operates today. Halfway through the quiz, how's your score? The Transcontinental Railway was promised partly to bring which province into Confederation in 1871? A. Manitoba. B. British Columbia. C. Prince Edward Island. D. Newfoundland. Which Canadian field surgeon wrote the First World War poem? In Flanders Fields? A. Robert Borden. B. Arthur Currie. C. John McCrae. D. Lester Pearson. The Canadian Corps' celebrated April 1917 victory came at which ridge in France? A. Vimy Ridge. B. Passchendaele. C. The Somme. D. Ypres. Who was Canada's longest-serving prime minister, leading the country through most of the Second World War? A. R.B. Bennett. B. Louis St. Laurent. C. John Diefenbaker. D. William Lyon Mackenzie King. A lot of people will get caught here. William Lyon Mackenzie, without the king, led the 1837 rebellion in our second quiz. Mackenzie King was his grandson. In which year was the single maple leaf flag officially raised as Canada's national flag? A. 1931. B. 1965. C. 1982. D. 1949. Under which prime minister did Canada patriate its constitution and adopt the Charter of Rights and Freedoms in 1982? A. Brian Mulroney. B. Jean Chrétien. C. Pierre Trudeau. D. Lester Pearson. Only 2 questions left. Are you a true Canadian history buff? Created in 1999 as a homeland for the Inuit, what is Canada's newest territory? A. Yukon. B. Nunavut. C. Labrador. D. Nunavut. In 1885, the same year as the railway's last spike was driven, Louis Riel led a second Métis and First Nation uprising known as what? A. The Red River Resistance. B. The Northwest Rebellion. C. The Oka Crisis. D. The Winnipeg General Strike. This question takes us back to Quiz 1, where we learned that Riel also led the first uprising, the Red River Resistance, in 1869. That's the double shot. However you scored, you stuck around for the hard stuff. And that's what counts. Make sure you come back for the next quiz where we'll test your knowledge of the American Civil War. Subscribe, drop your score in the comments, and we'll see you again. Same time, same cup.